Good evening, I'm Benjamin Lee, and this is Ukraine Brief. Today marks day 1,437 since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Here's the latest news of the day. While Ukraine battles with rolling blackouts, President Trump said yesterday that he spoke with Vladimir Putin, who Trump says agreed to temporarily halt attacks against Ukrainian energy infrastructure for a week.
I personally asked President Putin not to fire into Kyiv and the various towns for a week, and he agreed to do that. And I have to tell you, it was very nice. A lot of people said, don't waste the call, you're not going to get that, and he did it, and we're very happy that they did it.
That's correct.
Because on top of everything else, that's not what they need, is missiles coming into their towns and cities. So,
while Trump proclaimed the energy ceasefire as a victory, Putin has made it clear that he doesn't intend on ending these attacks beyond February 1st. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Russia agreed to refrain from striking Ukrainian energy infrastructure only until the end of the week. The limited pause comes ahead of possible peace talks planned for Sunday in Abu Dhabi. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said the timing and location of the meeting could still change. He added that Ukraine would also suspend attacks on Russian energy facilities if Russia does the same. This comes as a cold snap is forecast across Ukraine, with temperatures in Kyiv expected to drop to negative 26 degrees Celsius on Sunday. Despite the temporary pause on striking energy infrastructure, Russia continues attack on other targets across Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, Russia launched 111 attack drones overnight, with air defenses shooting down 80 of them. This Ukrainian gas tanker was hit by a Russian strike about 50 kilometers from the frontline city of Pokrovsk. President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia has shifted its focus towards targeting frontline logistics rather than energy infrastructure. In Kherson, Russian shelling struck a passenger bus, killing one person and wounding 5 others. Authorities say the attack deliberately targeted civilians in broad daylight. In the Zaporizhzhia region, Russian strikes wounded at least 2 people and damaged more than a dozen houses and apartment buildings. In the Kharkiv region, a Russian missile hit a warehouse belonging to the U.S.-based company Philip Morris. A large fire broke out, with firefighters working through the night. Emergency services report no injuries or casualties. Ukraine's Defense Minister Mikhailo Fedorov met with Poland's Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz on Friday. The ministers discussed strengthening defense ties between their countries. Fedorov said the talks focus on strengthening air defense, developing drones, and sharing aviation technology. The ministers also discussed the possible transfer of MiG-29 fighter jets from Poland to Ukraine, along with upgrades to the aircraft for Ukrainian use. Fedorov thanked Poland for taking part in the PURL program to procure weapons for Ukraine. A court in Kyiv has rejected an attempt by former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko to overturn sanctions imposed by President Volodymyr Zelensky. TVP World correspondent Oz Chatterjee reports from Kyiv.
Former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko appeared at the Ukrainian Supreme Court on Friday as his corruption case is ongoing. Mr. Poroshenko denied the charges against him and condemned the sanctions imposed on him by the Ukrainian government as illegal. Here is what the former president had to say during a break in the proceedings at his trial.
For a year, there has been an illegal, unconstitutional, extrajudicial regime restricting my rights as a citizen, my rights as a member of parliament, my rights as leader of the opposition. And after a year, the authorities have failed to provide a single piece of evidence. Today, President Zelensky is more concerned with the war than with the Holodomor famine, which is being staged in Ukrainian cities, including Kyiv. He is talking about choice, and so the main goal of these sanctions is to prevent his opponents, including me, from participating in the next elections.
Mr. Poroshenko denies all of the charges against him, and he was flanked by his supporters as he attended his trial at the Supreme Court. I'm Oz Chatterjee, reporting from Kyiv for TVP World.
And that's all from Ukraine today. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for more on TVP World and tvpworld.com.